What's up with the squad? It's Cess, your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Welcome back to Cess Talk Sports. Shout out to the loyal fam tuning in again. And if you're new, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you never miss a drop. And I need everyone, including my rewatch gang, to like, comment, and share this video so I know you pulled up. All right, we're talking about greatness in motion. No hype, all facts. So let's pull up on a journey of a generational force. Calm dominance, elite footwork, championship pedigree, and a resume that just keeps getting heavier. You already know who it is. We're talking about the one and only Aliyah Boston, AB, all business. Let's get into it. AB's story started in the heart of the Caribbean on the island of St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. And at just 12 years old, she made the bold move to Massachusetts alongside her sister Alexis to chase a dream bigger than palm trees and playground hoops. And let's be real, fam, that's a sacrifice. Leaving home at that age takes a different kind of courage, a focus that most kids just don't have. That's the foundation right there. Living with her, they attended Worcester Academy, and it didn't take long before Aliyah began to dominate the New England basketball scene. At Worcester Academy, she wasn't just the best in the state. She was a three-time Gatorade Massachusetts Player of the Year. And in 2019, she took home the big one, the Gatorade National Player of the Year. Not just the best in Massachusetts, but the best in the whole country. She led her team to 2 NEP-SAC Class A championships, was named a McDonald's All-American, and was ranked the number 3 overall player in the top post in the nation by ESPN. But more than the rankings, it was her calm dominance, her elite rebounding instincts, and her natural leadership that turned heads coast to coast. The foundation had been laid. The world just didn't know it yet. When Aliyah chose to suit up for Dawn Staley in the South Carolina Gamecocks, it wasn't just a recruiting win. It was a shift in the balance of power in women's college basketball. From the jump, she became the anchor, the blueprint, and eventually the legacy. In her freshman season, she averaged 12.5 points, 9.4 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks per game, helping South Carolina finish 32-1 and earn the number 1 ranking. She made history in her very first collegiate game, recording a triple-double with 10 blocks, a sign of the defensive force she would become. She was named SEC Freshman of the Year, National Freshman of the Year, and became the first freshman ever to win the Naismith Defensive Player of the Year. Think about that. A freshman, already the best defensive player in the entire nation? The blueprint was clear from day one. By her sophomore season, she upped her production, 13.7 points and 11.5 rebounds, with more polish and power. The Gamecocks reached the Final Four, and Aliyah was first team All-America. But her junior year is where her legend crystallized. 16.8 points, 12.5 rebounds, 2.4 blocks, 30 double-doubles, including an SEC record 27 straight, and South Carolina's second national title. She swept every major award, Naismith Player of the Year, Wooden Award, SEC Player and Defensive Player of the Year, and the Final Four Most Outstanding Player. She returned for her senior campaign and led the Gamecocks to a 36-1 record and another Final Four, though they came up just short of a perfect season and back-to-back titles, falling to Iowa's Hawkeyes in a legendary Final Four showdown. A little foreshadowing for what was to come in the W. Boston left Columbia as a certified legend, with a career record of 129 wins and 9 losses, a staggering 93.4% winning percentage, 4 Lisa Leslie Awards, 2 Final Fours, and 1 national championship. She cemented her legacy as one of the greatest players in South Carolina history. In 2023, the Indiana Fever made the obvious call, selecting Aliyah Boston number 1 overall in the WNBA draft. She didn't just change the franchise, she laid the foundation for a new era. And she was exactly what the franchise needed, a stabilizing force, a leader with the championship pedigree, and a professional from the moment she stepped on the court. As a rookie, she averaged 14.5 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks per game on a league-best 57.8% from the field. She was named WNBA Rookie of the Year unanimously, earned a spot in the All-Star game as a starter, the first rookie voted in since 2014, and made the All-WNBA second team. Let that breathe for a second. Second team in year 1. Then came 2024. Boston had already brought hope back to Indy. The arrival of another number 1 overall pick just threw gas on the fire. The league wasn't ready for the hype or the weird energy. And fam, it wasn't a fairy tale from the jump. That start was rocky. The pressure was immense, the chemistry took time to build, and every opponent circled the Fever on their calendar. We saw Aliyah have to adjust her game, more high post passing, setting a million screens, and finding her rhythm while a rookie learned the pro game right beside her. It took time for them to truly figure it out. But then they started to click. That inside-out duo we all knew they would have to become to find success, it came to life in the second half of the season, and they scrapped and clawed their way into the postseason, ending the Fever's 7-year playoff drought. That alone was a huge step forward. However, the WNBA playoffs are a different beast. They got a harsh reality check. Getting swept out of the first round, the season of progress ended with a clear message. They still had a long way to go. The fallout was swift. In a move that shocked the league, but not me, head coach Christy Sides was fired, signaling that just making the playoffs wasn't the standard anymore. Through all that turbulence, Aliyah Boston remained a constant. She followed up her rookie campaign with a strong sophomore season, averaging 14 points, 8.9 rebounds, and 3.2 assists. She wasn't just the face of the rebuild, she was the anchor in the storm, keeping the ship steady even when the waves were crashing. Aliyah Boston's trophy case is already legendary. 2023 WNBA Rookie of the Year, unanimous. 3-time WNBA All-Star, All-WNBA second team, 2022 NCAA National Champion, 2022 Consensus National Player of the Year, Naismith Wooden Award, AP, USBWA, 2-time Naismith Defensive Player of the Year, 4-time Lisa Leslie Award winner, 2022 SEC Player of the Year, 4-time SEC Defensive Player of the Year, a career college record of, like I told y'all, 129-9, and a high school and USA basketball career that includes a 2019 Gatorade National Player of the Year and multiple USA basketball gold medals. She's not just winning, she's rewriting standards at every level. At the 2025 WNBA All-Star weekend, Aliyah didn't just show up, she fit right in, among the league's elite. She played with poise, confidence, and control, matching energy with veterans and all-stars alike. Her back-to-back-to-back all-star selections were not hype, they were confirmation. When the Unrivaled Pro League launched in early 2025, Aliyah Boston joined Team Vinyl, coached by the legendary Teresa Weatherspoon, and teamed up with Ryan Howard, Ray Burrell, Arike Agumbawale, Jordan Canada, and Dearica Hamby. Vinyl finished 4th overall and battled to the championship game where they fell just short to Team Rose, but Boston made her presence known. Efficient, steady, and elite. Across 15 games, she averaged 7.4 points, 5.2 rebounds, and shot an incredible 61.5% from the field. She wasn't loud, she was lethal. When Vinyl needed paint control, defensive stops, or post buckets, Boston delivered. Quiet dominance, real results. As of July 22nd, 2025, the Indiana Fever are sitting at a 12-11 record, 3rd in the Eastern Conference standings, and at the center of it all, Aliyah Boston. She's hitting on all cylinders. Boston is averaging 15.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 3.7 assists, while also throwing in 1.1 blocks. Boston is averaging 15.6 points, 7.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.1 blocks, while shooting an efficient 56.3% from the field. Her assist numbers are climbing as her chemistry with the Fever's shooters becomes second nature. She ranks top 5 among WNBA centers in scoring, assists, and efficiency, and has 7 games with at least 20 points and a growing stack of double-doubles already. In June alone, she dropped 31 points versus Seattle, 21 points at Dallas, and against the Sparks, she dominated with 23 points and 12 rebounds. She's number 9 on the Swish Appeals MVP ladder as of July 4th, proving she's not just in the conversation, she is the conversation. On July 1st, the Fever claimed their first ever Commissioner's Cup championship with a 74-59 win over Minnesota. While Natasha Howard took MVP honors, Boston was a monster in the paint. 12 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists, showing her all-around impact in the biggest moments. Her vision from the high post to find open cutters and shooters was the engine that made the offense unstoppable. No stat padding, just winning basketball. Aliyah moves with faith, purpose, and precision. She's proudly vocal about her Christian beliefs and gives glory to God in every arena she enters. That foundation comes from her family, her parents, who were athletes themselves and instilled in her the discipline and grace she carries today. But she's also built a brand that reflects who she is, centered, confident, and culturally grounded. She made headlines in 2023 by signing a multi-year endorsement deal with Adidas, joining the ranks of Candace Parker, Chelsea Gray, and Ogwumike. She even debuted her own player-exclusive sneaker, the Virgin Island Pride 6, honoring her heritage and making her one of the first WNBA players of her generation to get a PE from the brand. That's not just an endorsement, that's a statement. Boston doesn't just wear the stripes, she represents them. Off the court, she's also partnered with Crocs and Beats by Dre, and during the offseason, she stepped into the booth as an analyst for women's college basketball, delivering insight, IQ, and vision. She's not just hooping, she's helping shape how the game is talked about. From Worcester Academy to Columbia to Indy, Aliyah Boston hasn't just risen through the ranks, she's shifted the culture at every stop. Alongside her teammates, she's turned Indiana into must-see TV. She's done it all with humility, power, and clarity. And at just 23 years old, her story is still unfolding. What we're witnessing is the making of a generational great, not just because of what she wins, but how she leads. And you better believe we're tuned in for every chapter. All right, fam. Make sure you drop a comment with your thoughts on Aliyah Boston. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and share this video with someone who loves the game. Catch y'all next time on Cess Talk Sports, where we're always bringing you the latest on rising stars and legends in the making. Keep hooping. Stay tuned. Talk soon. I'm out.